What people think of the dragon's power and how they react to it depends a lot on the people and their culture. The Chinese, for instance, see dragons as positive spiritual beings, the essence of yin, the masculine force. Dragons are China's most ancient royal emblem. They control the land, the heavens, the water, the air, even time. No Chinese would ever try or even want to slay a dragon. The results would be catastrophic. Dragons, after all, can punish people, can ruin them, slaughter them if they feel like it. It would never be a good idea to anger a dragon, because an angry dragon is an angry universe. It's much more sensible to live peacefully with the beasts and to receive, instead of their rage, their blessings. These come, when they come, mainly in the form of fertility. Dragons can be, above all, the farmer's friends. They can bring useful rain as easily as they can bring hurricanes, sunshine in moderation as easily as droughts. The main point of the celebrations of the Chinese New Year, which comes in late winter, is to wake the dragon up, gently, so that he'll be in a kindly mood and bring a fertile spring. And once every 12 years, he brings what ought to be a particularly good year. The dragon is the most important sign in the Chinese calendar, and people born in the year of the dragon are said to be strong-willed, idealistic, wise, lucky, and powerful. Chinese parents try, if they can, to have their children in the year of the dragon. Dragons are in everything. The ups and downs of mountain ranges are said to follow the ridges of a dragon's back. Mountains and the forces they influence, wind and water mainly, form the basis of the ancient earth science known as Feng Shui. The idea of this philosophy, now popular in places as far afield as London and Los Angeles, is that the two energies in the world are yin and yang, negative and positive. And for good health, good business, and good just about everything, these need to be kept in balance. Dragons, mountains, and the breezes they control are yin. Water and other constantly moving forces are yang. Most Chinese people understand the nature of these dynamics and never do anything to block them, so that they can always create a harmonious whole. A prosperous and healthy house, for example, always has its back to the mountains and water in front. Feng Shui is applied to architecture and covers everything from the placing of a building to where a chair faces and how things should be arranged on a table. Dragons sweeping along with the wind follow special paths. And in modern buildings, spaces are left to allow the dragon through. In China, dealing with the dragon, using the dragon, means going with the flow. In the ancient martial art of Gung Fu, the dragon fighter does what he calls riding the wind. Instead of coming straight at his opponent, he follows his movements and uses them against him. To the Gung Fu artist, the dragon is a vision of truth, but one that's felt in the body rather than the mind. Visions of truth that are felt in the mind are the legendary pearls of wisdom. They're flaming nuggets that fall out of the sky and are chased by the dragon until they lodge in people's minds, or until the dragon catches them. It may have been a pearl of wisdom that inspired European furniture makers when they evoked the Orient in their ball and claw furniture legs. In Europe, too, dragons were linked with the sky. The Greek dragon Drakon lives forever as a constellation, and when dragons appeared as comets and meteors, nothing good ever came of them. As one 8th century observer put it,
terrific lightnings and dragons in the air, which were ominous signs of the great famine and the frightful and ineffable slaughter of multitudes of men which ensued.
Those were the words, significantly, of a European Christian, a monk and student of the Bible, which has never given very good press to reptiles in general. Monks, both early and medieval, knew dragons very well. Monks were the ones, after all, who wrote their descriptions and drew their pictures in bestiaries.
Serpens gets its name because it creeps by secret approaches and not by open steps. The ones that have 4 legs like lizards and newts are not called serpents, but reptiles. Serpents are reptiles that crawl on belly and breast. The devil, who is the most enormous of reptiles, is like this dragon. He's often borne into the air from his bed, and the air around him blazes.
Unlike the Chinese, Christians made the dragon into the devil, and it was the solemn duty of any Christian hero to kill a dragon whenever he could. And the legendary dragon slayer is St. George. The story of exactly what he did varies from place to place, but it's generally accepted that he was a Christian horseman in the latter days of the Roman Empire, riding through the world in search of noble adventure. And on the day he rode up to the walled city of Selene, he definitely found it.
The city was besieged by a dragon, which threatened to incinerate everyone in it, unless each day one unlucky soul was sent out as a sacrifice. Other knights had ridden out to kill the monster, but they'd only ended up with their heads on their swords. But George pressed on, following the trail of skulls and bones, until he reached the cavern that could be nothing else but the dragon's lair.